This show has been brought to you by SacredApparel.net. The homie Twink and the crew over there are always coming up with the latest fashions. The tees, the hoodies, and the hats. Right now, they got a store-wide sale going on. Everything 20% off. This would be a great time to pick up a hoodie. Everything 40% off. Regular price $40, now they $25 a hoodie. And the dope thing that I like about Sacred Apparel, they got tees for the big homies. So go check them out, sacredapparel.net, a clothing store for the ladies and gentlemen that choose to live sacred. You dig?
You are listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, the podcast that's strictly for producers.
Are you working on a project and you're looking for your next banger? Well, check out the team over at SoundHbeats.com. Looking for a variety of production? Well, the homie Ray and the crew over there can take care of all of your musical needs. They got exclusives, leases, and they got a clearance sale over there. Are you an artist on a budget? Well, now they are offering bulk discount prices on their lease beats. So what you waiting on? Head on over to SoundHbeats.com and pick up your banger today. Christian music, all heart. SoundHbeats.com.
Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Swift, aka Chef Boyard Swift, aka Dr. Swigglesworth. You are now listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast with my man Marv from Mo Beats. You know what I'm saying? If you listening to any other podcast, you're slacking. Producers, step your game up by learning from the best. You dig? Holla at your boy. Peace.
Are you looking for those heavy trap bangers? Then you definitely need to holler at Rock House Music, specialized and known for those bending 808s. You may have heard his recent work on K-Drama's The 8 album. So if that's the sound you're going for, holler at my man Anthony over at Rock House Music. You can check out his beats on SoundCloud at www.soundcloud.com/IamRockhouse. Again, that's www.soundcloud.com/IamRockhouse. Rock House Music, home of the bending 808s. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
Yo, what up, man? I started the show at 2 o'clock, but for some reason I had the mute button on, so I'm gonna start over, man. I'm so sorry about that. That was jacked up on my end, man. I got caught with a phone call right at 2 o'clock, and I forgot to hit the mute button. I'm sorry, man. How y'all doing? This is your boy Marv from Mo Beats. Welcome to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff, you dig? I am your host, Marv from Mo Beats. I am your homie. I am the dude that likes to give the listeners all this good information pertaining to music production. How y'all doing for Tuesday afternoon? I'm good. I am really good, man. I was prepared, man. My phone rung at 2 o'clock. I kid you not. And just drew me all off. And I apologize for that, man. I think we might have went about almost 5-10 minutes. So we are on and popping. So we should be good. And y'all know I always had a scripture. And look, I did a scripture and everything, and nobody heard it. So let me go back to that mug. The scripture is Hebrews chapter 13, verse 15. And it reads, "By him therefore let us offer the sacrifice of praise to God continually, that is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name." And basically, man, that's just saying, that we should give thanks. It's a sacrifice to give thanks when things are going crazy, when all heck is breaking loose. When trials and tribulations coming, man, I can't speak for nobody else, but just for myself, man. Sometimes, to say thank you, Lord, is probably the last thing on my mind, especially in the heat of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's, the reason being is because I'm probably bogged down worrying about the situation, trying to fix it. But when I should be just, thank you, Lord. I know you're gonna work this out for my good, man. You always come through. I ain't even gonna stress over this right now. You know what I'm saying? That should be the first thought. that's why it's called a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Because when the heat is up, man, that's probably the last thing on our mind. You know what I'm saying? In 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, it says that Paul was saying that we should give thanks in all things, for this is the will of God concerning us in Christ Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Being grateful and thankful in all situations, in all things, man. It could be worse. You know what I'm saying? Me and my family could have woke up, homeless. You know what I'm saying? We could have been in Texas where they getting all kinds of bad kind of weather, man. So, there's something that we can always be grateful for, man. And we should get in a habit of, making that sacrifice, giving that sacrifice with the fruit of our lips by saying thanks. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. So that's the word for the day, man. That was Hebrews chapter 13 verse 15. You can go check that out in your spare time, man. And good word for the day. We got a good show today, man. I have my homeboy, a guy that I met over Instagram, admiring each other production styles. My homeboy, Amazing. He goes by the Amazing SB. He is the I Stand It social media brand rep over there. He's responsible for a lot of the stuff that you see. He's a part of a team, part of a crew that is responsible for a lot of the stuff that you see pertaining to I Stand It. For all the producers that may be listening, you should be familiar with I Stand It and who I Stand It is. If not, I'm gonna explain it to you. I Stand It is an online company. They're responsible for a lot of beat showcases and beat battles. They are responsible for a lot of producers getting major placements and stuff. So I'm glad and blessed to be able to talk to somebody that works in the inner circle. You know what I'm saying? So we can, just to find out how did they start it? You know what I'm saying? What was the reason behind it? And what is their mission as a company? Why are they so passionate about helping producers? So we're going to talk to my homeboy, SB, at about 3:35 his time. So yeah, man, we got a good show. You listen to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. And this show has been brought to you by SacredApparel.net. My homeboy Twink and them. SacredApparel.net. Yeah.
You are listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, the podcast that's strictly for producers. Listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, the podcast that's strictly for producers.
Yeah. You're listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast. I am your boy, Morphin Beast, man. How y'all doing, man? Listen, I want to give a quick shout out, and I know she wouldn't like this, and she don't like when I put on the spot. I want to send a shout out to my beautiful wife, Damaris. She is my pride and joy. She is my latest, greatest inspiration, in the words of Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes. She is, man. She keeps me up on my P's and Q's, man. She is the reason. the Lord is the reason Morphemo Beats is Morphemo Beats, but she has definitely been the backbone and the motivator of what you may hear or what you may see as of today. Me as a producer and me as just a man, you know what I'm saying? She is a go-getter. She is the one that really always pushes me to excel higher, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to send a shout out to my queen, Damaris. I know she's probably listening live. Love you, baby, and appreciate all you do. Man, you know, I was pondering on this thought just the other day, and I was talking about stop, baby. Well, anyway, I was pondering on this thought. I was just sitting back thinking, man, and as a producer, as a Christian hip hop producer, man, you know, I kind of just always, you know, have to go back and re-examine, you know, myself as a producer. You know what I'm saying? My motives, why I do what I do. I go back and re-examine, you know, just where we're at in the state of, you know, music as producers, you know what I'm saying? And I guess I was just kind of heavy-hearted about the whole situation. I mean, about the thought. And the thought was, you know, pride, you know, and integrity, your motives, you know, why you're doing things and stuff. And, you know, I'm blessed that I was able to, you know, and I don't want to sound like I have arrived and got it, because, you know, as just being a human being, I'm still making mistakes along this road that I'm walking on. But, you know, I'm glad that I was able to learn some lessons, some hard lessons early on in my production days, you know, pertaining to pride. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first started out, man, you know, I was, you know, really hustling, man. That's when the MySpace days were real big. And, man, I'd be hustling at MySpace and, you know, getting that artist, man. You know, SoundClick was real big, so I had to embed them SoundClick, the SoundClick players. So when the music come on, it automatically come on, so they got to listen to it. And what happened, you know, it just started to pay off, man. People started to pay attention and was recognizing and realizing, and what was happening, I started to get, you know, a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? I started to get a lot of artists that were, seeking music. You know what I'm saying? And then at that time, I had hooked up with my homeboy Sharif. Shout outs to Just African Management. My homeboy Sharif Chauncey. He was doing some management work for me, man, and he was he had, you know, different connects between different major Christian artists and stuff. And I remember one artist in particular, man, that he submitted some tracks, and the artist was sending the emails back and forth, and Reef was he was forwarding me the emails, and artists was like, oh, I'm loving these joints, I'm gonna use them. So, you know, I'm on cloud nine because I'm thinking, man, I made it, right? So, you know, I started, you know, that pride and stuff and the arrogance went to kicking in. And, you know, I went to feeling myself. I was like, yo, man, you know, dudes was kind of shortchanging me on the bread. I'm like, man, you know, my attitude was like, man, you know who I am. I'm doing you a justice. I'm doing you a favor to be working on your project. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Lord, that went on for maybe about a month or so, because it took about a month before for the artist to get back with us. So as it was getting close for the artist's album to come out, I was hitting up Reef. I'm like, yo, Reef, man, have you heard from him, man? What's up, man? You heard anything? He called, he responded. He was like, nah, bro, I ain't heard nothing. But I know, you know, he closing out the project. So, you know, another week passed. You know what I'm saying? Now the track, now they getting ready to post the track list on the internet and stuff, and I'm like, well, they didn't post it yet, so I immediately called Reef. I'm like, yo, man, what's up, man? Like, they already got a date that his album is coming out, man. They about to put the track list in it, and then the track list up, and then Reef, my homeboy, he said, dog, he said, man, he hit me back, and he was like, man, the joints didn't make the cut. And I remember, man, I don't know if it was like maybe a Monday or Tuesday. I was in there chopping. Maybe was in there baking some chicken, and I was chopping up some onion. And man, my heart just broke, man. I guess I had to blame it on the onions for crying, but man, I started crying, man. I was boohooing. You know what I'm saying? I was watered up in the kitchen, man. My homeboy was like, yo, Marv, man, don't worry about it, man. Keep your head up, man. You know, this ain't the first and last, man. You know, it's gonna pop off, man, yada, yada, yada. So I knew immediately what was going on. I knew God was dealing with me. You know what I'm saying? And in Hebrews, in that same chapter that we was talking about, you know what I'm saying, he said he chastised those, actually in Hebrews chapter 12, you know, he said that God said that he chastised his children. He said he chastised those he loved. And, you know, and that was some serious chastisement for me, man. But I understood where it was coming from. It was because I was having some pride issues. You know what I'm saying? My attitude was stink, you know what I'm saying? And I was acting like I was that dude, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and maybe I was, but it wasn't for me to be, you know, all harping on that and, you know, my attitudes being the way it was. So, you know, God, he humbled me, man. I'm telling you, I was broken. I literally didn't produce for maybe like 2-3 weeks. And, you know, and that was a means for me eating, feed my family, man. But I had to just bag away. And I remember, you know what I'm saying, I had got a phone call directly from another established artist. He had got my number from a friend of mine. And he was like, yo, man, I want to work with you, man. People, they really speak highly of you, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I want you to send me some stuff. And when that happened, you know what I'm saying, I felt like, okay, Lord, you're giving me another chance. But this time, I know how to handle it, you know what I'm saying? And I went in and I really, you know, I was checking out, I was reading all the scriptures here pertaining to humility because I did not want to blow it. And man, you know, that was and what happened, even with that album, that turned out to be a big album for me. I had like 7 placements on that one project, you know what I'm saying? So it was a real big thing for me, but you know, I learned a huge lesson out of that, you know what I'm saying? Man, bro, it is always good to take the low road, you know what I'm saying? The Lord said, you know what I'm saying? He said, if you humble yourself, he'll exalt you, you know what I'm saying? But if you exalt yourself, he's going to base you. He gonna drop you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, even when it comes to this production game, man, you know, just know that there's somebody else that is grinding just as hard as you. And there was somebody that is good as you. Now, don't get me wrong. You're supposed to know your worth and you're supposed to be confident in your gift. But man, you don't want your gift. You don't want your confidence to start to compromise your integrity and how you handle people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I look at a lot of young dudes coming into the game, you know, and I fear for them, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I always be saying, Lord, go ahead and drop them on their head right now. So, you know, when you get ready to really push them out, you know what I'm saying, and really have to deal in the industry, they will know how to handle it. So that's just my testimony, man. Something that had just been on my heart, man. It's always good to practice humility and have integrity, man. Treat artists like you will want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? When I'm working with artists, man, anybody that would tell you, I don't care who it is. I don't care if I'm working with Bizzle or if I'm working with the indie artists or if I'm working with Swift or I'm working with Derek Minor. I treat the indie artists just I deal with everybody across the board. You know what I'm saying? I don't treat nobody different, you know what I'm saying? Now, considering that they're major artists, you know what I'm saying, there's a little difference in how I'm working with them, you know what I'm saying? Because they I mean, you know, that's just a given. But when it comes to how I handle them integrity-wise, I don't treat the indie artist no different than how I would treat an established artist. And man, I've just been blessed to be able to, you know, continue to work and have a good, you know, relationship, you know what I'm saying, and have a, and I for the lack of better words and not being able to find the word, I learned that lesson and I try to treat people fair, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I'm always able to, you know, continue to work and stuff, because I try to, you know, be fair across the board with everyone. So that's just my spiel, man. I pray that whoever's listening, man, that you take that word of advice, man, and handle people right, man. And practice humility. You know what I'm saying? Humble yourself, man. When you making beats, you're actually working for the artist. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you need their money. So, you know, yeah. Just wanted to get that out the way. In about 4 minutes, I got my homeboy, SB. He's going to be on the line, man, and we're going to get into this whole iStandard thing, just on what they do and what he do over there. Been a blessing to be able to chop it up with him. I was just telling him yesterday, I said, man, we're going to have to make sure that, you know, we, you know, continue to build a relationship and stuff, man. He's a good dude. He's dropped some gems on me that I've been putting into practice, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to, you know, take some things to another level. So, yeah, in about 3-4 minutes, I'm going to have my homeboy SB on the line. And you listen to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
You're listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
Yep, you're listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, and I wanted to say this real quick before I forget, man. For those that have been listening, y'all know that I have the Showcase Beat Challenge going on. Well, due to everybody not meeting the deadline, I decided to extend the deadline, and the deadline will be Friday. So if you downloaded the sample, email it to us, man, so we can get this thing on and popping, man. I guess maybe y'all don't realize we are giving away a kit. Let me cut the music off. We're giving away a sound kit from MachineMasters.com. Machine Masters, between Machine Masters and the DrumBroker.com and MSX Audio. My homeboy N Simp and them over there. Those are the main 3 sites that I go to buy when it's time to buy some drum kits or sounds and stuff. Machine Masters, they have some dope stuff, man. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to enter the kit and win it myself. You know what I'm saying? Machine Masters is they're one of the sponsors, along with sacredapparel.net. So, man, if you downloaded the joint, please email it back to us, man, so we can get it up. I got my judges waiting to listen to them and get them, check the mugs out. So yeah, man, we extending the beat battle with the beat challenge till Friday. You got till Friday to get your joint in. I wanted to make sure I tell you guys that while I was thinking about it, in case I forget. All right, in about a minute, I'm gonna have my homeboy SB on the line. You listen to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast. Yep.
You're listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast. I am your host, More for More Beats, and I am blessed and honored to have my homeboy, SB, on the line. What's up, SB?
Hey, what's going on, Mo? Everything's good, man. Blessed to be on the show. Thank you.
No doubt, man. I'm glad that you was able to get in, man. I knew it was last minute me reaching out to you, but I'm glad that you was able to open up your busy schedule, man, to talk to us, man. Real quick, man, just want to give want you to let the people know who you are, man, and what you do and all that stuff real quick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me just put on my headset, my bad.
No, you good.
All right. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? This is the Amazing SB. First and foremost, I'm a music producer. I'm a social brand media rep for Our Standard, and I'm pretty much the one who posts on IG in the morning.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Well, man, like I had been telling the audience, man, that we just wanted to. Well, let me start off by saying this: Our Standard is one of those pillars. You know what I'm saying? They're one of the mainstream outlets for producers when it comes to the beat battling and the helping producers get placements and stuff, man. So I want to first off say, man, I appreciate you guys, giving the indie producer that's making beats that really want to step the game up, giving them that outlet to be able to do that. Real quick, man, how did Our Standard even come into fruition? How did it start? You know what I'm saying? Give us a little rundown on it real quick.
Yeah, for those that don't know about Our Standard, we're actually, I want to say we're number one right now for the producer platform for showcasing producers out within the state.
That's right. Put it out there, bro. Put it out there.
Yeah. I just want I'm just blessed to be part of an extraordinary team.
Right.
Incredible people at Our Standard. Shout out to the CEOs, Jay Hatch, and shout out to Don DiNapoli. They're the CEOs of the company. I'm blessed to be part of Our Standard. I've been down with them for a year. It's a year and 1 month.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm fairly new with them. But since I've been on board with them, we've been kicking some butt. You know what I'm saying? As far as the social media team,
right?
We built. Shout out to Mr. Jones, who is my social media manager.
Okay.
We got a team, and we got a dope social media team. But Our Standard started in since 2005. So we've been about 11 years in the business.
Wow.
They've been 11 years with in the business. So shout out to them. And they just help producers. They create opportunities for producers, songwriters, and engineers as well. Because we cater to producers, but we opening the doors for songwriters, for artists, and engineers. And when I mean engineers, we not only do we have showcases. I don't like to say beat battles, and I noticed that you said that in
right.
in when you were speaking earlier,
right.
But we like to call it showcase.
Okay.
It's just a little bit. I don't want to get off gear, but
right.
It's a little bit like producers when they hear battle, it's fear. People get intimidated.
Right.
And it's like when you battle someone and you go in battle, you're going against the person face to face,
right?
One on one,
right?
And with us, it's not that. With us, it's more of a platform where you have the stage to yourself for 5 minutes.
Right.
And, you get to be on stage and just showcase, your talent.
Right.
And
you know what? And you know what, man? I stand to be corrected, man. And I'm the same way, SB. And far as I don't like the beat battles neither. And I guess maybe I should have went back and recollect that. But
okay.
I like to do I like the showcases too, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to give artists the opportunity to display. Because when you say beat battle, man, when you say beat battling, it can be intimidating. Because I can remember being in a beat battle, man, and you're nervous, you know what I'm saying? So I am all for the showcase too. So I apologize, for
No, it's okay. I mean, it's you see it out there, producer beat battles, and it just people get confused, but it's just it's actually showcasing, like you said, you're displaying your creativity, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to our standard, and yeah, man, we've been rocking. I mean, they've been rocking for 11 years, man, and I'm enjoying the fruits. I'm enjoying the fruits of labor right now. I'm just enjoying the whole, what they created, and I'm glad to be a part of their team.
Right.
But we just kicking butt, man.
Well, let me ask you this, SB. Saying that you're saying you only been with him about a year. Let me and hopefully you'll be able to answer. But when they first started out, what was the whole thought? You know what I'm saying? What was the reason they did it? You know what I'm saying? Was it because, producers didn't have that outlet? You know what I'm saying? What was the whole purpose? And what is the whole drive, the reason y'all do it today? You know what I'm saying? I know, and I guess the point that I'm trying to make is, why did it feel like it was so much of a burden to do it? You know what I'm saying? And I can probably figure what the burden is, because I have that same burden. That's why I'll try to do the podcast and do stuff, you know what I'm saying? But what was the burden? What was like, man, we got to do this for producers?
You know what? Well, that's a great question, and that's a great segment for, to even have the actual CEOs on the show. That would be a great moment for them to give you the answer, because they was there from day one. But I'm gonna give you my perspective and how I see it, being with them for a year and what I've noticed. I mean, these guys, they've been. I mean, I think Hatch was an artist. I think he was an artist at one point.
Okay.
And and he this is from what I hear. When I go to certain beat camps and when we go to certain panels, he gives us he gives the audience a little background about how it went down. But I'm pretty. He was an artist, and then as being an artist, it's not for everybody. It's not it's not easy. So he was a music artist. He was out there. He networked. He got a lot of people's emails, and it wasn't working for him, I guess. And he started this with Don DiNapoli. As far as with all his network, he kind of like recollected from everywhere he went, all these mixers and everything, and just started the company. I mean, but to be, from what I've seen, is it's a platform for us upcoming producers, man, and it's like it's for the bedroom producers out there. And I'm just saying bedroom producers because it's like, if you're not in the studios, you're at home producing, which is great.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with it.
That's right.
But for the upcoming producers not knowing what to do when they make a beat, what's the next step? Because it's levels to this. It's not just making beats. So they created this, man, and since I knew about them for I know about them for 3 years. I just never went to a show because I didn't want to go that route. I got intimidated. It's like beat battling.
Right.
I didn't do my homework, and I didn't look. They were showcasing, and I kind of like turned it down or whatever. But I respected them, and I never tried to actually compete. I never submitted. I'm not saying I submitted, but it wasn't my route. I was going a different route. So, but how I got started with them, real quick, and this is how I see them as a company. I got started with them. I started following them on the iStandard, on the IG. This is before they had social media. Before they had a team.
Right.
Mr. Jones was the social media person at the time.
Right.
And this is 2 years ago. So I won. I paid for the Beat Camp New York. Right. And I went to Beat Camp, and I wanted to find out what was it about, and they had a deal going on for $100, and I paid it with and I went, I networked. I didn't have no music with me, like as far as project or nothing, but I networked my ass off. I took pictures, and I got emails, and I'm just putting myself out there. I'm promoting myself. Right. And then the next year came, and Beat Camp was coming back, and I was broke. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to go. I prayed to God so much that I wanted to go, and thank God, God is great, and they had a contest going on Instagram. If you post it for a week or whatever, whoever posts it and following instructions gets a free pass, a VIP.
Right.
And I won.
Wow.
I won, yeah, and I got in. I went, and it was crazy because I was ready. I had my project. I dropped my mixtape that year. I'm Sorry I'm Late. The mixtape, hosted by Redman. I produced the whole joint, and I went ready with my CDs, with my merchandise.
Right.
And I was treated like a god. No lie, man. It was awesome. I felt like I was Illmind at one point. That's how good they treated me. Like everybody there, not just high standard. Everybody.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, I'm not even on like that, bro. And they treated me like I was on, man. And
wow.
And I kicked it with Mr. Jones, and Mr. Jones seen the ambition, and he seen the skill, because I'm a brand ambassador. I do marketing. I did that before the producing. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I always had that background in me. And I guess it came in handy, and I got hired. And I'm glad to be part of the team. So the way I stand it is a helping hand for us upcoming producers who doesn't know what to do, and who's giving us a fair chance in promoting our music, through them.
Right. Right.
And so it's a service that they provide. It's a service. So it's like, people expect free. It's like, there's a service. There has to be some type of fee, but it's all worth it at the end. And
right.
It's been, like you mentioned, it's been placements, and I can mention them. I can go on. But I want to let you ask questions. I don't want to talk too much. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, what we're gonna do, man? We're gonna take a break. Let me run some commercials, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna finish up just on some other questions and stuff. You're listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. Yeah.
You are listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, the podcast that's strictly for producers.
This show has been brought to you by SacredApparel.net. The homie Twink and the crew over there are always coming up with the latest fashions. The tees, the hoodies, and the hats. Right now, they got a store-wide sale going on. Everything 20% off. This would be a great time to pick up a hoodie. Everything 40% off. Regular price $40, now they $25 a hoodie. And the dope thing that I like about Sacred Apparel, they got tees for the big homies. So go check them out, sacredapparel.net, a clothing store for the ladies and gentlemen that choose to live sacred. You dig?
Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Swift, aka Chef Boyard Swift, aka Dr. Swigglesworth. You are now listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast with my man Marv from Mo Beats, you know what I'm saying? If you listening to any other podcast, you're slacking. Producers, step your game up by learning from the best. You dig? Holla at your boy. Peace.
Are you looking for those heavy trap bangers? Then you definitely need to holler at Rock House Music, specialized and known for those bending 808s. You may have heard his recent work on K-Drama's The 8 album. So if that's the sound you're going for, holler at my man Anthony over at Rock House Music. You can check out his beats on SoundCloud at www.soundcloud.com/IamRockhouse. Again, that's www.soundcloud.com/IamRockhouse. Rock House Music, home of the bending 808s. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Are you working on a project and you're looking for your next banger? Well, check out the team over at SoundHbeats.com. Looking for a variety of production? Well, the homie Ray and the crew over there can take care of all of your musical needs. They got exclusives, leases, and they got a clearance sale over there. Are you an artist on a budget? Well, now they are offering bulk discount prices on their lease beats. So what you waiting on? Head on over to SoundHbeats.com and pick up your banger today. Christian music, all heart, SoundHbeats.com.
You are listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, the podcast that's strictly for producers.
Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Swift, aka Chef Boyard Swift, aka Dr. Swigglesworth. You are now listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast with my man Marv from Mo Beats, you know what I'm saying? If you listening to any other podcast, you're slacking. Producers, step your game up by learning from the best. You dig? Holla at your boy. Peace.
Yes, sir. And you're listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, man. And we are talking to my homeboy SB, man. He's the social media brand rep over at iStandard. And, man, yeah, man, we got him on the line. And I just wanted to go back and ask, well, the question is that I wanted to ask you, SB, is why is it important? You know what I'm saying? So if a producer come up to you and be like, or hit you up on Instagram, yo, SB, man, why should I invest in getting into one of the showcases to iStandard? I mean, what would be your response to that, bro?
Well, I tell them like this. I'll be like, look, throughout the past 10 years, throughout the past 11 years, we had some amazing talent birthed and nurtured by iStandard movement, such as, Symbolic One, a.k.a. S1, who's worked with, major artists such as, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Eminem. And then we have people like, we have producers, Cardiac Flatline,
right?
Who worked with Rick Ross, Drake, Kanye West, Eminem. Then we got a little producer, Frequency. Another producer worked with Eminem, Rihanna, Slaughterhouse, and I could keep mentioning certain producers, but this has created a community of like genuine relationships, respect throughout the music industry in the U.S. and overseas.
Right.
So it's like, we like it's a platform, man. We're giving a hand to the producers that don't know what they're doing,
right? Or
if producers do know what they're doing. They just need a little more. They just need to get to the next level,
right?
Because there's levels to this, man.
Right.
Like I said, it's just not beat making. You can make the beat. That's a process. The process. You made the beat. Fine. You made it. It's done. It's mixed. It's done. Now, what's the next step? Now you got to promote the beat. You got to find an artist. You got to do a lot of things, man. And with iStandard, man, our community is ridiculous. Right now, just Instagram alone. We've been blessed to reach like over 40,000 followers. I guess 41,000 followers, and that's pretty dope. Considering when I first started, they didn't have that many. And shout out to the social media team. But why iStandard? That's why, because we're getting placements. We've been placed on records with 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Eminem, and come on, like you can't get better than that. Like, I could keep mentioning, and I don't want to brag, but do your research. A lot of people. I've noticed, there's some producers out there that get butthurt, when they lose a showcase and they feel they want to win. I mean, it's okay, it's an opinion, but the judges are the ones who critiques your beats, and they the ones who will give the final say so. It's not up to the audience. And you know what, SB? I think out of it all, I think that is the motive. I think that is the actual motivation. That's the motive right there. You know what I'm saying? To be able to have producers that are, that work in the industry to say, hey, man, bro, you got some heat. You have a future in this music thing. You know what I'm saying? Even for myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm planning on going to the being a part of the Houston or the Dallas. I'm gonna figure that out before the week is out. Which one I'm gonna be a part. Right. But just to be able to have these judges, say, hey, man, look, bro, you on a good track, or you need to go back and add this to your situation. And I think it's just a thing of building, the confidence and, kind of just letting you know, hey, man, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? And then just that community of producers and stuff, man. When you think about it. Go ahead. You go ahead. I'll finish. No, I didn't even want to. I didn't want to cut you off, but you're totally right. I mean, most of the times, producers go. I've seen this personally where producers go up on stage and they get critiqued, and there's no bad critiques at all. They'll just tell you, "You're dope. We love what you're doing. Keep pushing."
Right.
That's like, sometimes you're not doing nothing wrong.
Right.
So it all depends, man. And most of the times, producers, they don't select the right beat for the right moment. It's all about the moment.
Right.
It's the moment. You're showcasing to a massive, to an audience. So
right.
You got to bring that right. It could be heat, but it's not that right beat.
Right.
It's all in the technique and just do your research, just do your homework, and invest in yourself. Real producers invest in themselves.
Right.
I tell producers this a lot. Why would you put music producer on your bio if you don't have confidence in yourself and you don't consider yourself a producer, or you don't like the beat? And,
right.
It's like, well, bro, why would you do that?
Right.
Right. And,
right.
And they say, wow, you're so right. But
and man, another thing that you guys do that I think is real dope too, man. Y'all have like these, y'all don't just only do the showcase, but y'all have like these sessions where you have the judges come in and they talk to the aspiring producers and stuff, man, and the producers able to suck up that knowledge and stuff. That's the part that's another big plus for me, man. Just being able to, because I've been producing almost 15 years, but SB, man, I'm learning something every day, Doc. I don't care if it's pertaining to, what the new software is, or something different that I'm learning about what this mean in a contract or whatever. You know what I'm saying? My point of saying all of that is that's another thing that I like that y'all bring to the table. Y'all have like these class sessions where, what I'm saying, y'all able to sit down and have the judges, chop it up with them, chop it up with the producers and stuff.
Man, thank you. And I want to tell you, first and foremost, your beats are so dope. You're an awesome producer. We definitely do a high standard. Like, that'll be dope, man. You definitely got to come to we have the Dallas showcase and the Houston showcase. You mentioned it. But another thing I want to throw in there.
Mm-hmm.
We got placement opportunities, man. If producers got to sign up to our website. iStandardProducers.com. To subscribe is like I think $199. I mean, to register is like $199, and you can just like submit unlimited beats for the placement opportunities for people like 50 Cent. We got 50 Cent. We got opportunities with 50 Cent, Jadakiss, Bottle, and a couple of more cats on there.
Right.
So that's another good thing what we bring to the table, and a lot of you just got to invest in yourself, man. It's an investment. Just imagine to get to these guys. It's not that easy to get to these guys, So,
right.
And thank you for actually, appreciating us, and because we like I said, man, we out here, man. We working hard. We just trying to really bring it to you producers, man, and just give it to you in a plate, ready.
Right,
eat.
right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And
man,
go ahead.
One more thing I wanted to ask you too, man. Just going back to what you do over there, just as a media brand rep. Just kind of give us a summary of what that consists of.
All right, so shout out to Mr. Jones. He's the social media manager. We have a team. We created a team. So the team, I'm in the mornings. We all got shifts.
Right.
I post in the mornings on Instagram. Shout out to Gio the Rican. He posts in the afternoon.
Right.
And KB, he posts in the nighttime. Then we got our weekend brand rep, Legend the producer, and it's a job, man. We got shifts, and we post content on Instagram from our website.
Right.
We also repost certain producers that are affiliated with us.
Right.
Certain content that seems interesting for the producer community, either songwriting or artist or producer community, as well as memes. we like to stir it up in there, you know.
Right.
It's about fun, you know. It's
Right.
all about, you know, business and, you know, you're just stuffing content, you know, business, you know, and it's a fun, man. It's a community, so we gotta laugh certain times, and we post some of those, and we post everything that got to do with music production, music period, and that's what I do, man. So I brand. I'm a brand ambassador. I'm out here. I also look out for certain producers where I see that if they're hungry and they got what it takes to actually, you know, because our standard doesn't. You have to be selected in order to go to a showcase.
Right.
It's not like we're just gonna take anybody's money.
Right.
No, it's not all about that. It's about it gotta be the right fit for the right showcase. And
Right.
And it's very few that get selected. You know.
Wow.
Very few percentile that get selected. So shout out for all those producers that I helped out, that I've helped out get selected, and that just submitted themselves and got selected. Salute. You know, I want to congratulate y'all, and it takes a lot of confidence to actually do that, and courage, you know, and it's a smart move. And we also, you know, I don't know prices. You know, a lot of them they ask for prices for showcases. I'm the social media team. I'm not the marketing team. The marketing team is what happens after, you know, you submit your beats. They submit, you know, the emails and give you information on how much the showcase is. But you know, it's free to submit. There is a fee for the showcase.
Right.
And we have showcases, and we also have beat camps. We have beat camps in. We have a beat camp coming up, Beat Camp Dallas, which Beat Camp Dallas is on May 21st in Dallas. You know, just go to beatcampdallas.com, purchase your ticket. It's a school. It's for 3 days, 2 to 3 days. Don't quote me on that. Depends on what state it is, but it's 2 to 3 days of workshops and panels, like what you mentioned earlier. We have workshops, and we have, you know, industry judges, platinum Grammy nominated, Grammy award winning producers and engineers, as well as ASCAP. You know, they come over. Native Instruments come over. We have Akai Pro. They come over and give a workshop class on their products.
Wow.
It's a dope program. It's incredible, man. You don't understand. That's why I stand it. It's a weekend-long event containing classrooms, discussions, interactive panels, workshops, networking, management. It talks about everything about royalties, sampling. It's a dope place to be at if you're a producer or you're in the music industry, as far as manager, artist, engineer, songwriter, whatever you call yourself, A&R, you got to be there.
Right.
You know, and we have showcases. I mean, if we have time, I just want to mention real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got upcoming showcases. Thank you. I appreciate it. We got upcoming showcases in Detroit, which is May 10th. We have
actually, I got a homeboy. I got a friend of mine. He's in the Detroit showcase. He's a part of. Yeah. So you got Detroit on May 10th.
We got Detroit May 10th. We got Chicago May 11th. We got Beat Camp Dallas May 21st. Okay. We have Dallas Showcase the 23rd of May. We have Houston Showcase May 24th. New Orleans Showcase May 25th.
Really?
Showcase? Yeah, man.
Wow, man. You know, New Orleans is really my New Orleans is my hometown, man.
Oh, what?
Yeah, man. I'm originally from New Orleans, man. Actually, my homeboy Justin Williams, he won I don't know if it was necessarily I Standard putting it on, but I think y'all were affiliated with it. They had I think it was the Battle of the Beats or something like that. I can't remember.
It's okay. I mean, we usually sponsor a couple of beat battle competitions.
Right.
So I'm not too familiar which one.
Actually, y'all did. They did. I Standard did an interview on him with it. So, and he ended up winning that event, man. So shout out to my homeboy Justin Williams, man. But so hold on.
Shout out to Justin Williams.
So we gonna say it again. We got Detroit May 10th. We got Chicago May. Chicago May 11th. Then we got Dallas, the Beat Camp, May 21st. Then we got the Beat Showcase, the May 23rd in Dallas.
That's Dallas.
And then we got Houston, May 24th. And then we got NOLA, New Orleans, on the 25th of May. Wow. Y'all busy.
We got Boston, June 6th. We got New York, June 6th. We got Atlanta, June 14th. And Seattle, June 21st. Los Angeles, June 22nd. And Portland, June 22nd so far.
Wow.
That's what we have right now.
Wow. But y'all,
so producers, get your early submissions in right now. The link is on our bio on IG, on Instagram. The link is on our bio. Just click on it.
And what I'm gonna do, too, SB, I'm gonna put the link under the description on the podcast so the producers can click on it as well.
Oh, beautiful! And don't forget, when you submit, there's gonna be a little part where it says who from iStandard reference you. You mentioned me, the Amazing SB. Who else?
The Amazing SB. Y'all heard it.
Credit. Give me some credit. Man.
That's right. Put some respect on it. You dig?
Put some respect on my name. Respect the producers.
That's right. Respect the producers. Well, man, SB, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you, bro. Man, I'm always intrigued when it comes to information and stuff. Because, like I say, man, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, and I have a lot of producers that are always reaching out to me. I don't claim to know everything. That's why I try to be knowledgeable of the business. So when producers do come and ask me stuff, man, I'll be able to either answer it for them, or I can put them I can direct them direct them on how to find it, man. So I appreciate this information, man, and I know that the listeners, man, have really got a mouthful of just information, and hopefully it's encouraging dudes, and hopefully dudes that are listening to it and saying, hey man, wow, I didn't know iStandard was that dope. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that they was really building this camaraderie, because from the outside looking in, you would think like, man, it might be impossible, but to hear it from somebody that works for iStandard to let you know, if you got dope music and you got the courage and you submit it, it is possible to be able to.
Listen, nothing in this world is impossible. Jesus made it possible because he made the impossible. You understand?
Right.
Nothing in this world is impossible. Everything is possible. Jesus made it possible for us.
Right.
I just want to let everybody know that I'm a Christian myself. That's why I'm part of. I wanted to be part of the show. Shout out to all the Christians out there, Christian producers. Shout out to TheShowLab. Shout out to Maul.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
Before we go, oh man, you deserve it, brother. You're awesome. Before we go, I just want to give the social media real quick for those that want to follow.
The brand. Do that.
Mm-hmm. It's at iStandard. It's IG, Twitter, and Facebook at iStandard, just like that. And if they want to follow me, it's at _amazing_SB. If you just type in iStandard, I'm gonna pop up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna have all the links. I'm gonna have the links, and I'm gonna have the Instagram and all that stuff. So they'll be able to click on. They will click to follow you and click follow iStandard as well, man. All that stuff is gonna be in the description. SB, man, I appreciate you, man.
Shout out to you, man. No, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you every time we talk. And, we kick it, man. We give good info to each other. And I want to appreciate you and shout out, your movement. Shout out the show. The podcast is an awesome podcast, TheShowLab. It's nothing about,
Well, man, appreciate it, man. Praise God, man. I definitely, my heart has always been, to just help producers. And, bro, I don't claim to, be this big wig, but I just like helping. I just like helping my fellow producers, man. And real quick, we got to go. I'm gonna say this, man. I always mention this, bro. When I started out, I didn't have that extended hand. You know what I'm saying? So what happened, man? As God kind of started to give me a little platform. You know what I'm saying? As a producer with the website, man, I made a vow that I would not be like those producers that shunned me away. Because what happened? Those producers that didn't reach out, once I started making a little noise, that's when they want to be like, I see you. So I made a promise that I said, Lord, I will not be that way if you give me any kind of platform or any form of fashion, man. You know, I had somebody to tell me the other day in the DM, he was like, man, thank you for just, you know, being willing to respond back to every comment on your Instagram. You know what I'm saying, man? And I try to do that, bro. I try to be one of those producers where you're tangible. You know what I'm saying? You can reach out to do. So, man, I appreciate you, SB, man. It's always good talking to you, bro. And we got a lot of building to do in the future, man.
Yes,
and again, man, shouts out to Our Standard for doing what you guys do, man.
Yes, shout out to everybody in Our Standard. AO from the website, everybody.
No doubt.
Everybody. Fizz, everybody. Thank you,
Mom. No doubt, man. No doubt. And you've been listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
You are listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, the podcast that's strictly for producers.
You're listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
You are listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, the podcast that's strictly for producers.
Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Swift, aka Chef Boyard Swift, aka Dr. Swigglesworth. You are now listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast with my man Marv from Mo Beats, you know what I'm saying? If you listening to any other podcast, you're slacking. Producers, step your game up by learning from the best. You dig? Holla at your boy. Peace.
Yes, sir. And you're listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, man. That was a great interview with my homeboy SB from Our Standard social media brand rep over there, man. He dropped some good information, man, on us. And so, you know, for those that are tuning in and listening or will be listening to it later on today, man, hey, sign up. You know what I'm saying? Sign up, man. Invest. You know, like I say, man, I'm looking forward to, going to one of them. Either it's going to be the Dallas or the Houston one. I'm gonna figure that out, but I want to go, man, just to be able to, display my music and stuff, and be able to kind of just, bring the brand, you know what I'm saying, just to kind of, let other producers know what I'm doing from a Christian aspect, you know what I'm saying. I had my homeboy AG and Iggy and the Three Kings interview. That was the first interview that we had. They was a part of the Our Standard Beat Showcase doing South by Southwest, you know what I'm saying? And I thought it was dope that they were part of it, man, just to be able to, get that experience, number one, and then be able to, when it comes to Christian rap and Christian hip hop, it is a genre that's still growing, you know what I'm saying? And some people know about it and some people don't. But it's good to be able to, be in that atmosphere to let dudes know that, hey, man, we believers, you know what I'm saying, But man, we like to make dope music too. So, and they was able to talk to the judges, get critiqued by the judges, and according to what to the interview, man, it was a real dope experience for them. So, shouts out to iStandard for what they're doing, man. Helping like my man SB say, helping the indie producers, the bedroom studio producers, which ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Dudes that are, trying to, that want to make it in the genre, you know what I'm saying? To be able to, have that avenue, you know what I'm saying? That's a lacking of avenues when it comes to producers and stuff, and just being able to have, that place or that outlet, you know what I'm saying, to get their music heard. So yeah, shouts out to my homeboy SB for chiming in with us, dropping them jewels on us. Shouts out to iStandard and them over there. Hopefully, man, I may be able to get an interview with the CEO over there, man, just to get the full history on the show, man. Who knows? But I'll keep y'all posted if that pop off. And you're listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
Are you working on a project and you're looking for your next banger? Well, check out the team over at SoundHbeats.com. Looking for a variety of production? Well, the homie Ray and the crew over there can take care of all of your musical needs. They got exclusives, leases, and they got a clearance sale over there. Are you an artist on a budget? Well, now they are offering bulk discount prices on their lease beats. So what you waiting on? Head on over to SoundHbeats.com and pick up your banger today. Christian music, all heart, SoundHbeats.com. Are you looking for those heavy trap bangers? Then you definitely need to holler at Rock House Music, specialized and known for those bending 808s. You may have heard his recent work on K-Drama's The 8 album. So if that's the sound you're going for, holler at my man Anthony over at Rock House Music. You can check out his beats on SoundCloud at www.soundcloud.com/IamRockhouse. Again, that's www.soundcloud.com/IamRockhouse. Rock House Music, home of the bending 808s. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
This show has been brought to you by SacredApparel.net. The homie Twink and the crew over there are always coming up with the latest fashions. The tees, the hoodies, and the hats. Right now, they got a store-wide sale going on. Everything 20% off. This would be a great time to pick up a hoodie. Everything 40% off. regular price $40, now they $25 a hoodie. And the dope thing that I like about Sacred Apparel, they got tees for the big homies. So go check them out, sacredapparel.net, a clothing store for the ladies and gentlemen that choose to live sacred. You dig?
You're listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
Yep, you're listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast, man, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff, man. I am your boy, MarForMoreBeats.com, man. We had a good show today. It was a great show. It was a really, really, really good show. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go back and I'm going to replay it and listen to that mug to see what I missed on it, man. So I'm trying to get my words together. Yeah, man, we had a good show today, man. We had my homeboy SB on the line. I hope that information was good. It was good. I enjoyed it, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Just want to send a shout out to everyone that's listening to the show live today, man. We was gonna do some giveaways, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set them giveaways up for next week. All right, I'm gonna set the giveaways up for next week, man. I'm gonna set it up for next week. I know y'all might be a little upset, but we're going to do it for next week. We're going to give away some t-shirts and stuff next week. Real quick, man, don't forget, for those that entered or downloaded the sample for the Showcase Beat Challenge, go over to MarForMoreBeats.com. That's my website. Click on the Showcase Beat Challenge tab. Download the sample, make a beat, send it back to us. The email address is in the description. Email it to us, and then we're gonna have some judges. They're gonna critique it, give their advice and all that stuff. We're gonna post the beats online. Then we're gonna let the judges critique the mugs, and the winner will win a sound kit or a drum kit from MachineMasters.com. That's one of our sponsors. MachineMasters.com. So, and the deadline was yesterday, but I extended it for until Friday. So you got till Friday to get to join in, man. So if you downloaded the mug, I know you probably had a busy weekend, and considering that it's Mother's Day, let's get them joints in before Mother's Day on Friday. We got till Friday to get them in. So yeah, man. Let's do that. And again, I'm just doing something, man, to build a community. You know what I'm saying? A fun atmosphere, man. Just something that we can call our own as producers. So just to start up, just trying to start some camaraderie up, man. Y'all know how I do it. You've been listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast. This show has been brought to you by sacredapparel.net. I was talking to my homeboy Twink yesterday, man, and he got a store-wide sale going on. Everything 20% off. Hopefully, if he's listening, he can hook a brother up with a hoodie. But they $25, so you can't beat the price. I might need to snatch me a hoodie for winter season. The hoodies were 40% off. There was regular $40. The hoodies are $25 right now. You can't beat that. And one thing I like about Twink, like about Sacred Apparel, Sacred Apparel, man, they got shirts that fit the big homies like myself. I see Chris Chicago from JamTheHype.com. He's one of their big guys. He's one of the big homie models. So yeah, man, they shirts are comfortable. I like them. So and Twink, man, he just trying to get it popping, man. That's what he do. So go show my man some love over at sacredapparel.net. Tell him Marv from OB sent you. I don't know if that's gonna get you a discount, but you can tell him that I sent you anyway. And yeah, man, we're gonna get on out of here. It's been a good show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and listening. Hopefully you got something out of it, man. I did. And yeah, spread the word, man. Continue to let people know about the show, about the TheShowLab, man. I want to send a shout out to the homie on Instagram, the iPad producer. Follow him at the iPad producer, man. Go check him out. He's a fellow producer that makes joints on this iPad. Man, you know, in the weeks coming up, I'm gonna have an interview with my homeboy Stan the Man. He's another producer that does production strictly on his iPad, man. And we're gonna have a show, man, about that, man. A lot of people are surprised about just, you know, or intrigued about making music on your iPad, man. Like the commercials that you heard that I ran, I did that stuff on my iPad, man. Like, mobile technology is the way to go. I said it, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. When I have to travel or go somewhere, go out of town or go work somewhere, all I'm bringing with me is my iPad and my little Griffin Studio Connect. That's it. I ain't bringing I'm gonna bring my laptop, maybe just to be able to exchange files and stuff through the FTP files and stuff. But man, I'm not bringing no MIDI, no keyboards or none of that. I'm bringing my iPad, my iPad stand, my Studio Connect, and that's a wrap. I am fully confident in making music strictly off my iPad. I got all my sounds in there. I have other apps that I'm able to run audio bus. You know what? I ain't even gonna spoil the show. I'm gonna have my homeboy Stan on here. Maybe not this week, not next week, but maybe the week after, and we're gonna talk about the whole Beatmaker 2 app. Hopefully, Beatmaker they're listening. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna expound it, and just to be able to let producers know that, hey man, you can get down on whatever. I seen something online yesterday with these little two, I guess maybe it was a father and son, the African father and son, man. The son was playing the drums and dad was on the guitar, and the son had like this little makeshift drum set, but boy, them juggles was rolling. And I shared it on my Facebook and just said, hey man, it don't take much to be creative. You know what I'm saying? Technology has made it convenient for us to be creative. As long as you have a God-given creative brain, you know what I'm saying, you can make music out of anything. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna have my homeboy Stan on the show. We're gonna just kind of get into that, man. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please let your mama and them know about the show, man. Please follow me over at Spreaker.com. If you go to Spreaker.com, put in a search, TheShowLab. I'm the only show called TheShowLab. It's going to pop up. You're going to see a yellow chemistry pot, like MPC chemistry pot. Y'all know the logo. And go like it, man. Follow me, man. And what'll happen when the show go live, you'll get an alert. So, boom. You ain't got to worry about, not tuning in or forgetting to tune in. And for those that have iPhones, you can just go over to iTunes and subscribe to the podcast, and boom, listen to the mugs there, man. So yeah, man, spread the word, let people know what we doing. Once again, this is your boy Mar for More Beats. I thank y'all, I love y'all, and until next Tuesday, I will see y'all. Peace.
You are listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, the podcast that's strictly for producers.
You're listening to the TheShowLab Producer Podcast, where we talk about nothing but producer stuff. You dig?
This show has been brought to you by SacredApparel.net. The homie Twink and the crew over there are always coming up with the latest fashions. The tees, the hoodies, and the hats. Right now, they got a store-wide sale going on. Everything 20% off. This would be a great time to pick up a hoodie. Everything 40% off. Regular price $40, now they $25 a hoodie. And the dope thing that I like about Sacred Apparel, they got tees for the big homies. So go check them out, sacredapparel.net, a clothing store for the ladies and gentlemen that choose to live sacred. You dig?
Are you working on a project and you're looking for your next banger? Well, check out the team over at SoundHbeats.com. Looking for a variety of production? Well, the homie Ray and the crew over there can take care of all of your musical needs. They got exclusives, leases, and they got a clearance sale over there. Are you an artist on a budget? Well, now they are offering bulk discount prices on their lease beats. So what you waiting on? Head on over to SoundHbeats.com and pick up your banger today. Christian music, all heart, SoundHbeats.com.
Are you looking for those heavy trap bangers? Then you definitely need to holler at Rock House Music, specialized and known for those bending 808s. You may have heard his recent work on K-Drama's The 8 album. So if that's the sound you're going for, holler at my man Anthony over at Rock House Music. You can check out his beats on SoundCloud at www.soundcloud.com/IamRockhouse. Again, that's www.soundcloud.com/IamRockhouse. Rock House Music, home of the bending 808s. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Swift, aka Chef Boyard Swift, aka Dr. Swigglesworth. You are now listening to the ShowLab Producer Podcast with my man Marv from Mo Beats, you know what I'm saying? If you listening to any other podcast, you're slacking. Producers, step your game up by learning from the best. You dig? Holla at your boy. Peace.